Hi everyone, this is another episode of the series How to Game Design, and today we're gonna talk about story, how to write story, what's this element all about, and what's their relationship with three other elements. So, what's story? Story is something you're gonna tell the people. Either gonna share a message or share a story. If you share a message, then you're gonna write story that has meaning, like something you wanna put it in the player's mind and heart objective. Either share it like as a story, or you have like a message. You have a message to tell everyone. The story is about so many things. Like in your story, you have like to write your world building. So it's basically the world you're gonna play into as a player. And in this world, you're gonna set some logic, you're gonna set some rules, you're gonna set an ecosystem, you're gonna set culture also, and iconography, and so many other things. And in this world, you also have like to make setup. And what this setup means. Setup means you have to also write a timeline. When did this world happen? Also the space, where, like when and where. These two questions you have to know in your story. You also that you have to mention, which is like the most important thing, which is the trigger. What the trigger mean? What happened that the story began? Okay, it's so simple. What happened? What's something that triggered in that word, in this setup, that the story began? There is a plot twist, there is an event, there is chronology, there is context also, and that's what the story all about. There is trigger, and with this trigger, we'll create the story. And the objective of the story is to share it or like deliver a message from it. Okay, that's what the story is. That's how to be like narrative. You have the word, you have to build it, you have to set it up, then you have to make a trigger that the story will begin. Now let's imagine that you have a story. You see that there is these three elements. So what the relationship between them? Okay. So for example, you have a story. You think that okay, I have a story and I wanna make it into a game. So what kind of aesthetics is the best to tell this story? Is it like realistic? Is it stylized? Is it like 2D? Is it 3D? Is it specific art style? All of these questions, and you will figure it out. Since you write the story, for example, and you have the story, then you have like to have the minimum amount of how the characters, for example, from the story, and how the event, how the world would look like. And that's with the aesthetic and how it feels like, and how's the atmosphere and everything. Then with the story, you go to technology. Okay, so let's imagine that this story like has open world and so many characters and so many things in this world, and like it's so big and everything. So you go to the technology and you ask yourself, what is the best technology you can use to tell the story? Like for example, since like the story is big and so many things in it, you're gonna use like a lot of rendering. So you need like technology that can do this. Like for example, PCs are good because they have like a graphic card, and like they can handle this amount of 3D models and like lights and physics. Then from the story, you will define some mechanics. Let's take an example that the story, like the main character is an adventurer, and like he will like discover a magic world. Okay, so one of the mechanics is that he can climb, he can move, he can like fly, he can like use so many items and like create clamp and like so many things. So that's a simple video, and it's about the story, how to write a story, what's the story to think, and what is the relationship of the story element with these other element. And if your story objective is like the whole experience that you want the player to see and to feel, and then the right choice of aesthetics and technology and mechanics will definitely deliver the experience you want through the story that you create. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a question, drop it in the comment and see you in next video.